Hi there, Rabbi. Are you practicing or visiting at the hospital today?
I'm still in training. Medicine is more of an art than a science, and you practice medicine. So I'm still practicing.
Medicine is one of the sideways topics that's in the news today, this week, because of the shooting that occurred in New York, the assassination, as many people are calling it. One popular writer, Gene Weingarten, formerly of the Washington Post, took a poll to see where everybody's position was on it. Are you totally against the shooter's perspective? Are you saying it was justified in part? I mean, frustration with medicine and health insurance is always a topic that gets a lot of people agitated.
And I think the climate in our country has gone towards violence. And I think the past elections, and we're seeing bomb threats and threats against politicians on both sides, against elected officials. I think our country is in a lot of trouble emotionally. And when someone gets so agitated, and given the number of firearms that are available, it's a very short step for someone to pick up and start shooting or assassinating or creating a plan. We're in a very bad place, and our politicians are stirring the pot in order to get elected. So one step has to be we have to stop us and them, left and right. And that's what I keep seeing with this assassination, Joe. It's totally wrong. There's no way to justify it. We can try to understand or explain it in terms of anger and frustration. But it really bothers me that some publications saying, oh, yeah, it was a good thing. Oh, it was about time in coming. I'm glad someone took an action. That's not just unacceptable, that just adds to the us and them. And that's what we're seeing right now. One political party is pointing out how ridiculous and stupid any form of medicine for everyone. And the other side is pointing out we need medical care for everyone. And so I have a practical suggestion for both sides. One, stop politicizing it. Stop pointing at the other group and saying that it's wrong. And then for both sides, I suggest three wipe-off boards. On the left one, we're going to put the Canadian healthcare system. On the right one, we're going to put the UK healthcare system, national health plans. And the reason for this is both sides are pointing to Canada and the UK, and each is using it to justify how bad universal healthcare is or how good universal healthcare is. So I'm agreeing with these people. So what we're going to do is on the board for Canada, we're going to draw a line and we're going to put the pros and cons. And we're going to get it from both political parties. They're giving us the inf of why it's good and why it's bad. On the other wipe-off board, we're going to put the UK, the pros and the cons, why it's good and bad. And we're going to get this right out of our two political parties. Now we're going to look at both those lists. And our middle wipe-off board is going to be the United States. This is perfect. Two countries have field tested healthcare. So we know the weak points and we know the strong points. So let's use it. Let's sit down as Democrats and Republicans in the same room and let's look at the board. This party said these are the negatives of the Canadian system. Great. So we're going to create our system that won't have those negatives. And the Democrats are pointing to the UK system and said, this is positive. We're going to take the positive. I can't think of a better field test. We have two countries testing national health care. Let's learn from them.
But one side cancels out the other side? A reductive system usually just leaves take two aspirin and call somebody else in the morning.
In this case, I disagree. What we're going to see is it's not a case of negating them out, Joe. We're going to correct for them. If you tell me the problem with the UK is this, tell me the solution. If you're going to show me why the Canadian system doesn't work, fine. It doesn't work because of this, then we're not going to do that. On our wipe-off board in the middle, we're only going to put the positives. We're only going to put what's going to work for us. Just like it's the same when you bring your car in to be fixed. It's the same when you actually go to see your physician. You're going to find out what doesn't work. We're not going to do it. So you're telling me that the national healthcare systems don't work for these three reasons. That's fine. So if it doesn't work for those three, tell me the three that'll correct for it so it will work. And it'll be a cooperative effort of both sides, but not politicizing it, not pointing fingers, not rallying the troops and saying why it's bad, stupid, or won't work. That's not working. So let's stop doing it. Let's create our own national healthcare system that doesn't have the pitfalls of Canada or the UK.
Well, I never get tired of pointing out that if we just put you in charge for a while, the whole place would be a lot better off. Thank you as always, Rabbi.
And I would glad to mediate my three whiteboard system so we don't have the problems of those two countries.